Welcome to my cooking channel. This is my first attempt at explaining how to make cilantro chimichurri. This is a sauce that Viva Chicken does very, very good, and I've tried to match it. I'm not exactly sure if I'm matching it correctly, but this is pretty close. So you want to start with your basic cilantro. And here you have 1 bushel. I have 2 bushels here ready to go. I opened one so I can show you I washed it, make sure that it's in clean condition. I'll clean this one afterwards. But then you need your olive oil, garlic, lemons, and of course your jalapeno. And what I like to do is take the seeds out of them. I haven't done this one yet, but there will be when I put them all together. And then of course you've got your garlic. I've already added my sour cream. I use sour cream with a little bit of yogurt, so more or less about about that size container, which is a 16 ounce. So I mixed it in. That's vanilla, but if you have plain yogurt, that'd be good. But I've done it with yogurt and I've done it with sour cream. Now I'm mixing a little bit of both just to see what happens. And then of course I added the olive oil to try to get that mixed up well before I start beating it, because sometimes it's hard to get all that grounded together and get it started. So I'm doing a little bit there. Okay, a couple of quick tips. I forgot to mention the salt. So the salt goes in last because you don't want to make it too salty. After you mix it all up, it's better to add it as you get to the finish line and just get it to the right taste. Trick: use a big heaping spoon full for your measurements in a lot of things. The salt is just going to be like maybe 1 teaspoon, but for your garlic, 2 heaping spoons fulls of this, and the olive oil is as you like it, but it's about 2 to 4 of the tablespoons. Then the jalapenos, I cleaned them up here, and I just wanted to show it. Slice it in half. The best way is to have it fresh. These are not, they're about a week or 2 old. I don't know exactly. But they lose a little bit of their bite after you let it sit for a while. Also, cleaning them makes it a little harder on your hands, because if you're touching it, it'll leave some of that in your hand. Then you got your lemon squeezer here. And I'm going to slice those up and squeeze them. Then here I have already sliced the cilantro. It's better to have that sliced in smaller pieces so you can add it to your beater here and make it a little easier to crank it up. Okay, so I'm going to crank it up now. Don't want to stick your hands in here. So I'm just putting a little bit of jalapeno here to help it slow down some. You don't want to stick a knife or anything in there either. There you go, they're already heating up. I'm going to have to add the rest of the cilantro here. Now, as you can see, 1 bushel of that cilantro would be pretty good, but it's not green enough. And if you want a real strong taste, I think it's better to add 2 bushels. Next, I'm going to be squeezing the lemons in. Okay, so I have now all the cilantro there ready to beat up. And then the lemon is going to go next. And I just want to give you a little tip. I like to slice my tomatoes 4 ways to make it easier to squeeze in the squeezer. But this time I'm doing lime and lemon, so that it'll give it a little different flavor. And that's something I learned from the ceviche that I do sometimes too. It's great to combine all different types of flavors. Okay, so I'm ready to beat it up. I've got the second bushel there and ready to go. And I've cleaned up all my jalapenos. Everything's in there ready to go. I'm going to add just a little tad of olive oil here, just so that it makes it a little smoother to beat up. But anyways, here we go. Cover it up. Cover it up here. Okay, I think we're in good shape to start. You're gonna see that color turn a lot greener now. And also the flavor from the lemon, you're gonna really find that that's the key to giving it a nice little taste. And have it to hold the top, but it's really going faster. So the next thing I'll do is to add salt to get the right flavor to it. So that's about it. And then pour it into some container. Okay, so I added half a teaspoon a little earlier and then spinned it. Now I'm going to add a little bit more. Although I'll tell you, the lemon will give it such a nice blend of salt. You really don't need a lot of salt. So here we go. So as you can see, it's nice and puree kind of flavor looking. And I'll try just a little bit to double check it. Yeah, that's perfect right there. All right, now to serve it and put it in some containers. I got some spare bottles here to add it and have it ready for the refrigerator. It should last about 2 weeks. Okay, so there you have it. It's an excellent sauce to add to chicken, fish, meats, anything that you want to give a great flavor, especially when it's dry. Sometimes like barbecue chicken might be a little dry, so it's excellent for that. Also, I looked up the name on Viva Chicken. They call it Huacatay sauce. So anyways, to me, it's just another chimichurri to make it flavorful to your food. And this right here is going to be for breakfast. So just wanted to show you what it looks like after it's done. But it's a great sauce to have. And I like to make a little separate container like that one on the left there to be able to give to the kids whenever they come by, or take it to work, whichever. But again, it only lasts about 2 weeks in the refrigerator, so you better eat it quick. Sometimes it doesn't last that long. Hope you enjoyed the video and the making of the chimichurri with the cilantro sauces, and see you next.